Now, archaeologists have discovered evidence of a previously unknown ancient language, and they did it with this. It's a clay tablet found buried in the ruins of a nearly 3,000-year-old palace. And if we zoom in, what looks like scratches are in fact inscriptions containing 60 names. Well, one archaeologist found that 45 of them weren't typical Middle Eastern names, and he realized the tablet most likely contained a new language. Well, this is where the discovery was made, in a place called Ziyaret Tepe in what's now southeastern Turkey. And we can speak with the man who examined that tablet. Dr. John McGuinness is a Cambridge University archaeologist and joins us live now. Dr. McGuinness, in archaeological terms, how exciting is this find, and how did you discover it was actually a new language?
Good afternoon. It's fantastically exciting. We're used in archaeology to excavating ancient texts, and occasionally you discover new words which haven't been seen before. But to discover a new language is extremely rare.
So how did you know from just the names that this was an entirely new language and not simply names that were unique to the region anyway?
Right, that's because the tablet comes from the Assyrian Empire. It was actually found in southeastern Turkey, as you know, at a provincial capital of the Assyrian Empire called Turchia, and as you said, the modern name is Ziyaret Tepe. The Assyrian Empire covered a lot of the modern Middle East, all of Iraq and Syria and large parts of the adjoining countries. Now, if we look around the map of the Assyrian Empire, to the south we have languages such as Elamite, Arabic, Babylonian, and these names don't belong to that group. The Assyrians invaded Egypt, but the names are not Egyptian. Up the west you have the West Semitic languages such as Hebrew and Aramaic, and in the north you have Hurrian and Luvian. These names don't belong to any of those languages, and they're not Assyrian themselves. The one area left over is the eastern part of the Assyrian Empire, the Zagros Mountains on the border of Iran and Iraq, and by a process of elimination we believe that these names belong to people who came from that region.
Can the tablet, Dr. McGuinness, tell us anything more about the people who lived and died there during this time? I mean, does it tell us about their culture, their history, their religion even?
Well, we think it can tell a little bit about that. As I say, we believe these people came from the Zagros Mountains on the border of Iran and Iraq, but the tablet was found in southeastern Turkey. This means that the people moved, and in fact it's almost certain that they were deported. The Assyrians had a practice of deporting populations across the empire. The reason they did this was to break the power of the local society and make it easier for the new Assyrian masters to rule. So we think these are people who were deported. They were then at the disposal of the palace administration in Turchia, and they were probably working in an economic fashion, either agricultural work or maybe weaving.
And we understand, finally, that archaeologists like yourself and linguistics experts are set to analyse these mystery names even further. What more then are you hoping to get out of this tablet?
Yes, you're absolutely right about that. There's further research that can now be done. One thing to do would be to look at the Assyrian royal inscriptions, which give a large number of place names from this region, and to compare them. Another thing to do is to carry on excavations at Ziyaret Tepe to see if we find more tablets. And lastly, and this may not happen immediately, but at some stage in the future there will be archaeological exploration in western Iran looking for archaeological evidence of the Assyrian occupation in that part of the world.
All right, Dr. John McGuinness, thank you for talking to Al Jazeera.
Thank you.